Okay, so last month we had Gary Search, who was one of the new county commissioners, come in to talk about why he was going to support Reverse One Sumter. There had been some confusion during the vote, and he came in to explain it, talk about why he supported Reverse One Sumter, and then the following Tuesday, he voted to put Reverse One Sumter on the ballot. It will be on your ballot in 2022. Unfortunately, since then, there's been a little bit more trouble with our new Board of County Commissioners. You'll remember that Orrin Miller, Gary Search, and Craig Estep ran as a team. They called themselves EMS, and they all supported the same basic things that Sumter County supports. And one of those things, besides Reverse One Sumter, was raising the impact fees on the villages. The villages pays much, much less of an impact fee than every other developer in this state. And they get away with it because the county commissioners previously allowed for it. Now, because they pay so much less in impact fees, last year, the taxpayer, me, you, everyone else, needed to pay extra tax in order to make up for the difference. When EMS ran, they ran as a block saying that they were going to put the impact fees for the villages up to where it needs to be. I don't know if any of you have driven down Megason Road in the new section. There's a lot of houses coming, a whole lot of houses, thousands and thousands. So the EMS team, who said they were going to raise the impact fees, discussed it 2 weeks ago at their county commissioner meeting, and Craig Estep, very unfortunately, decided not to raise the impact fees. I read early this morning that the Villages has made an offer to the county commissioners that they're willing to go up 40%. The Villages is dictating to our county government how much they're willing to pay. The night that the county commissioners were going to vote on it, this is a picture of the parking lot. You will notice all those work trucks taking up virtually all the spaces for people to park in to attend that meeting. We talked to several of those workers, and we learned that they were being paid to be there, time and a half, to come and park and sit in the meeting and raise objections. It's their contention that building will stop if the impact fees are raised. The impact fee is going to add $1,458 to the house purchase. We're looking at houses south of 44 with bonds north of $30,000, just the bond. They're saying that adding $1,458 to the price of the house will cause people to stop buying houses in the Villages. Well, that's asinine. I mean, that's just utterly and completely ridiculous. People who move to the Villages aren't just buying a house, they're buying a lifestyle. And I promise you that less than $1,500.
Lost your voice. Chris, we lost your voice. Oh, good.
Okay, we tried to talk to Mr. Estep, and instead he sent a statement he wanted me to read. It's lengthy, so we just put it on a slide for you to read. Heather?
You want to not see the movie?
We'll see the movie after the slide. I'm sorry, it's in the wrong order. So this is his statement. Okay, this is Craig's Estep response right now. If we could back up one slide, I want you to see the video when he was running for office and what he had to say about impact fees.
but that would be what I would call a minimum requirement. I think you need to look at how the county is growing. You need to see what's going on in the county. You need to measure and quantify the growth of economic development. And it's a balancing act on how it's going to work, and then address it based upon what the impact fees could or should be for the and the villages, which is what we're really mainly talking about in the growth in the villages. Is going to go from $901 to $972, as Orrin said. That's a 40% rate on October 1st that it's going to increase to. And I think the other thing we need to realize is a lot of this growth is going to be happening within the city of Wildwood. Less and less of the county is involved with the actual approvals and of the different works that are going on, because they are contained within the city of Wildwood. So with all those things in mind, I think it needs to be done. I think it needs to be done frequently and reviewed with scrutiny.
Reed, if I can, just to come back, if impact fees are done correctly, then the developer will and should, who's making a profit, pay for all the infrastructural improvements and to the roadways. It should never, ever fall on the residents' tax base to pay for infrastructure improvements for a developer. It just shouldn't.
Great. I think that's something that all three of the candidates have talked about extensively. We all agree. It's one of the biggest reasons why I got involved and established fair government for Sumter was the issue of the taxes being used to pay for infrastructure instead of the developer. And so with that in mind, hopefully everybody that's listening understands that the major issue we're going to be addressing is this impact fee and having the developer pay for the infrastructure and not the taxpayers.
So in 2019, Sumter County hired the professionals to come in and do a study on impact fees and how it relates to Sumter County. And after paying tens of thousands of dollars, the study came back and they said that the villages pays way too little. The taxpayer has to make up the difference, and the impact fees should be raised, that there's no reason why the villages wouldn't pay 100% of impact fees like every other developer out there. They have discounted that study that cost tens of thousands of dollars, which, by the way, taxpayers paid for. Get involved in your local government. Watch what's happening. We elected these three people in order to put the control of Sumter County back into the hands of the voters and out of the hands of the villages. They ran as a block. They ran as a team. Many people changed their party affiliation in order to be able to vote in this primary and choose the county commissioners. Pay attention. They meet every Tuesday. You can watch online and see what they say. We need to hold these people accountable. Right now, we don't have the 3-2 we were expecting to have. We have frequently 4-1. Orrin Miller is the only one so far who's been keeping his promises. Gary Search understood better what reverse one Sumter was, and he appropriately changed his vote. We need to talk with Craig Estep. He needs to hear from us. Please get involved in your local government. And that's the end of my rant for that. Maybe.